Hi students, welcome to second year commerce class. Previously we have learnt about the services of wholesaler to the manufacturer, that is the producer, and to the retailer. So in this class we are going to discuss about the services of retailer to the manufacturer, to the wholesaler, as well as to the customer. Okay, so try to understand how come this retailer play a very important role in the market. I told you that there are two channels of distribution. We are in the indirect channel. Direct channel will not have any intermediaries. So only in case of indirect channel of distribution we will have middlemen, agents. So normally in the indirect channel of distribution goods flow in this manner now. Manufacturer is also known as producer of goods. He will supply to wholesaler. Wholesaler will supply to retailer. Retailer will supply to consumer. Is also known as customer. Consumer is also known as customer. You understood that link, that channel of distribution. So manufacturer is a person who accumulates all the factors of production. Means he will buy land, he will go for construction of factory, get the machinery, get the raw material, appoint workers and other employees. He will take the risk. He will plan what to produce. So once he produces the goods, he will supply them to the wholesaler. From wholesaler, the goods will reach retailer. From retailer, consumer. Who is a consumer? The person who purchase the goods or who avail the services for his self-consumption, for his own consumption, but not for resale. Till the goods are used by a particular person, then it will be a chain of distribution. See, I am the consumer of this marker because I am using it for my purpose. Got it, ma? I am using it for my purpose. I am not storing this for resale. A stationery shop owner is a retailer because he is not using it for his own purpose. He has stored these markers to sell it to different lecturers or teachers or to the students. So as we are using, a lecturer may be using or a student may be using. So we are the consumers of this product. Got it? I am the consumer of this shirt because I am not going to resell it. I am the consumer of this duster because I am using it. So consumer is a person who pay price for a product or who purchase the product for his own consumption but not with the intention of sale again. I hope you understood my point. So now, when manufacturer is supplying to wholesaler, in our previous class we have discussed about the services of wholesaler to the manufacturer and to the retailer. In this class we are going to study the services of retailer to this wholesaler and to the manufacturer and to the consumer, because he is the link. He is the link between these three parties. What do you mean by retailer? The other day I told you, retailer is to cut again. What is he cutting? He is cutting the quantities. Retailer will buy goods from wholesaler in large quantities and will sell the goods to consumer in the desired quantities. The other day I told you, you can get 5 grams or 50 grams or 5 kgs or 500 kgs. A consumer can get his required quantity from the retailer. But retailer purchases from wholesaler in large quantities. In bulk quantities he purchases and he stores. So whatever and wherever the consumer requires, he will be able to supply. Okay. So retailer is the last link in this chain of distribution. He ultimately supplies the goods to the consumer. So now let us understand, let us discuss what are the services rendered by retailer to all these three parties. What are the services rendered by retailer to wholesaler and manufacturer and to the consumer is also a very important answer for 10 marks. Services of retailer is also a very important answer, frequently asked in the IP examination for 10 marks. Now, the first one, What is the retailer doing to manufacturer and wholesaler? That means services of retailer to manufacturer and wholesaler. The first one is preparing a ready market for goods. What do you mean by ready market? See, initially, when manufacturer produced the goods, he prepared the things, he don't know to whom and at which point the goods can be sold. Who is going to receive his goods? Manufacturer do not know. But who prepared the market? Retailer. Because retailer will display the goods and he is accessible to consumers. So exactly at retail point only, consumer will buy the product. So by the time commodity comes into the market, retailer will prepare the customers to receive those goods. That means by his accessibility or because he is located his showroom nearest to the consumer point, whatever the reason may be, by the time the commodities are ready for dispersion, retailer is ready to absorb, retailer is ready to take them. He may be selling to the customers at a later date, but as soon as the production is over, from producer, goods will come to wholesaler, from wholesaler they directly come to the retailer. So manufacturer is not bothered about how to sell the product, where it is to be sold, to whom it is to be sold. All this headache is not there for manufacturer. So retailer is ready to absorb that. So that is what called as preparing a ready market for goods. Next, providing useful information to the market researchers and the producers. This is very much important. See, in this perfectly competitive market, as you know that cutthroat competition is prevailing in the economy all over world, not only just Telangana or India, everywhere cutthroat competition means every day thousands of entrepreneurs are coming into the market with variety of goods. Consumer has got lot of choice. There is a slight difference in price. A small change in the quality or change in the price will lead to great change in the demand. People have got perfect knowledge about the market. Everything is known to the customers. So it is very difficult to survive in this present day market. So in this scenario, information about the consumers play a very important role to be successful in the market. So for example, even being a lecturer of 20 years of experience, if I don't know to what extent the people are receiving my lecture, my teaching, whether they are able to understand or not, whether the language is okay and up to their standard or not. So if I don't have that information, that feedback from the students, I cannot improve myself, irrespective of my experience. So that is the reason we will be interacting with the students. And some people will come out, sir, this is what we have missed out, this is to be repeated, or so it's okay, fine, like that. We get the feedback in various means through jails, through office people, through principals. We'll get that feedback, accordingly we change. Isn't it? So that means information is very much required for our improvement. Clear? So if you do not have information about the customers and their desires, their wish about the product, what type of commodities they require, what type of features they would like to have in a product, what taste they have, what is the preference they have got. So if you do not know the taste and preference of customers, you cannot manufacture the commodities which you can sell in the market. Remember that in the market, many times I told you, maybe this is the 100th time. In the market, consumer is the king, not the producer. So producer always has to produce a commodity, has to manufacture a commodity according to the requirements of the customers. So you should know what are the requirements of the customers, what type of product they want, what are the changes occurring in the market about the tastes and priorities of the customers, you should know. So that vital information is provided by the retailer. He provides the information to the market researchers and the producers. Then risk bearing and risk sharing. Naturally, when retailer takes the responsibility of selling the commodity to the product, to the customers, naturally the burden, the risk of wholesaler as well as the risk of producer, that is the manufacturer, will decrease to certain extent, because always see, when more and more people join in the chain of distribution, naturally risk gets distributed. For example, if single 10 lessons are there, commerce and accountancy, if only one teacher is to teach both the subjects, means maybe a little bit more risky and should have to try or say spare more time. But if commerce is taught by one lecturer and accountancy is taught by another lecturer, so naturally risk is shared here, because the task is divided. Similarly here, the task of supplying the commodity from manufacturer to consumer got distributed among various persons, various agents. Naturally the risk will be less. So the risk is shared by the retailer, the risk of whom? The wholesaler as well as the producer. Because the producer has got the risk of selling the product, wholesaler may be having the same risk, whether the goods can be sold in the market or may not be sold. So when the retailer is effective and is able to sell the product in a smooth manner, in a quick manner, so naturally the risk of wholesaler and producer are shared by the retailer. Then distribution of goods to different segments of the market and at different places. Retailers will establish their outlets at various corners of the city, town, villages, the urban market and rural market. Market is not concentrated only at one place. You will have various segments. Segments means areas. Urban market, rural market. So we will be distributing these goods to different localities, towns, municipalities, metropolitan cities, pure villages, remote areas. So to all these segments, retailer will be able to supply goods, because they will have outlets at different corners and different locations of a country. So these are the services rendered by retailer to the manufacturer and the wholesaler. Now let us see what are the services rendered by retailer to the consumer, to the customers or consumers. So just few minutes before I told you who is a consumer. The person who consumes, who uses the goods, ultimately is called as a consumer. So the first service done by retailer to customer is quick and timely supply of goods. This is very much important. Nowadays, you see, for their survival, for profit earning, every retailer is ready to provide the desired goods to customers at an appropriate time. Whenever you desire, they are ready to provide. Everybody is competing. Nowadays, you can see various ads, how the people are giving. 0 days gap, 1 day gap, within hours. See, even that Zomato, you see, food supply. So late delivery, you are given some concession or say amount is reduced. Like that you will see various ads, no? In various products, they say that we are dynamic and we will be able to do the service in very quick time. So because customers do not want to waste their time in availing the product or the service. So nowadays, retailers are competing among themselves in providing the product. So naturally, because the retailers are, as just now I told you, locating their business units at different corners of the city. So whenever you require a commodity, within no time, they are able to provide you. So whenever you require a product, just go to any supermarket, any Kirana provision stores, any shopping mall, you can pick without any waste of time. Then making wide variety of goods available. What do you mean by wide variety? Various kinds of goods. You go to textiles, different brands, from local footpath to American brand is available. Soaps, 10 types of soaps, 10 types of toothpastes, variety of footwear, variety of pens, variety of jewelry. Not in particular field, textiles, electronics, electrical items, plastic, domestic goods, okay, household items, washing machines, everything, air conditioners, wide variety of goods are available. Only this credit goes to retailers only, because they have got agreement with various wholesalers, so they want to satisfy the needs of the customers. So they see that in their outlet different brands are okay available for the product customer. Customers need not fix only on one product. He is given the choice. Every product he can compare. What is the price? What are the benefits? Okay. What are the various advantages of using a product and disadvantages of using other product? He can compare and select. So customer is given a choice of selecting the products. That total credit goes to retailer only, because he makes a variety of brands available in his outlet. Next, expert advice or guidance to the customers. Many times we will be in confusion. Which type of product is to be taken, purchased, which one will suit you, your requirements or not. So retailers, by virtue of their experience and by virtue of their rapport with the customers, they will advise you. Okay, suppose you go to a textile showroom, you wanted to take a costume dress, so they will advise whether that particular cloth, particular material will suit you or not. Particular electronic item, some furniture, okay, you wish to buy a sofa set, so they will ask you what are the dimensions of your room, your hall, in which locality, whether it is apartment or independent house. Then accordingly they will advise whether that is suitable to your house or not. So like that, retailers, even you go to a medical shop, suppose you are in doubt which medicine is to be purchased, so by taking the information about your requirements, they will guide you which medicine is to be taken, which soap is to be used, which dress is to be taken, which footwear will be good. So the retailers have got that, okay, knowledge. Then face-to-face interaction, that's what I was telling. Personal rapport means when customers visit a particular retail showroom on a regular basis, naturally the retailer will have a good friendship or say rapport with the customers. That will help the retailer to know about the taste and preference of the customer. Apart from that, he can give the demonstration of the product. I hope you know the meaning of demonstration. It is nothing but explaining how to use a product. Like when you take a advanced mobile or advanced air conditioner or a fridge or a washing machine, directly you cannot use. So you require the expert advice of a technician how it is to be used. So that service is provided by the retailer. Then after sales service. Sometimes we require after sales service like demonstration or installation, okay, about warranty, guarantee, sometimes of repairs. So these are all required. So that are provided by the retailer. Then home delivery. Nowadays you see, in order to face the competition, most of the retailers are providing free home delivery. That is the incentive given to the customer to save their time and to save their money also. You need not go to shop again and again. Just you give them the slip, whatever the commodities you require. Many times in colonies, in various supermarkets, simply just you hand over them the list. Okay, that will be the required goods, provisions will be sent to home. Even nowadays you might have observed in medical shops also. Above 5,500 medicines, free home delivery, they are keeping the boards. So just if you want regular usage of medicine, many times patients require sugar, blood pressure tablets, regularly, monthly basis. So just you ring up the medical shop, give them the prescription details. So the medicine is sent to home directly. That's how medicines, food, kirana stores, okay, are providing you the free home delivery. Then convenient location. Okay, most of the retail outlets are located, established, very nearest to the consumers. You need not travel kilometers together, like 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, you need not travel. Within a range of half kilometer, 1 kilometer, various retail outlets are established with the help of which you can buy your required commodity. Then extending credit facilities. Credit facilities means you can get your product in the present and you can make the payment later. So nowadays you see, in order to expand their business, in order to increase their sales, most of the retailers are giving credit facilities like installments, or they have got collaboration with various bank credit cards or Bajaj cards, okay, Bajaj Finance, EMIs are provided to you. So you can buy the product even though you do not have money. Many times you can watch ads in newspapers, pay 1 rupee and get the AC. So air conditioner may cost around 35,000, 40,000 rupees, but you need not pay total money. Just pay 1 rupee, give your details of Aadhaar card, PAN card or debit card details. So next, after 1 month or 2 months, just you start paying the installments. That's how the credit facilities are given. That means customers are given goods in the present and amount is collected in the future. So that facility is given by the retailers, which is helping the customers to a great extent in availing the required product or service. Clear? So these are the services rendered by the retailer to the manufacturer and wholesaler to the customers or consumers. Very important answer. I hope you understood well.